Bam! Teslacam! Always satisfies me! Hello everybody! Today I'm going to be reacting to Teslacam Story 78 by Wham Bam Teslacam. And I could just tell that, and judging from part of the title saying Street Racing Corvette cuts down tree and crash, I can expect one of the very first clips, if not the absolute first clip, to be that. With that being said, I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
さあ、行くぜ!
Hey, Louisiana.
John was driving his Model 3 on his way home in Houston, Texas, when he heard a roaring engine noise up ahead.
Here it comes! Holy shit.
The opposite lane slid and hit a tree with such impact that the tree fell over. The force of the hit even pulled the roots out of the ground. John pulled over to make sure everyone was okay. Miraculously,
Holy
the driver
shit.
of the Corvette walked away from the crash. John couldn't confirm it, but to him it looked like
That's
the Corvette driver was
insane.
racing the Dodge from the stoplight. Unfortunately, his windshield was hit by debris from the Corvette, so he approached the driver to ask him for his insurance information, but the Corvette driver offered to pay for the damage out of his own pocket instead.
Well, okay.
At first, John thought that was a little sketchy, but after visiting a Tesla service center and getting a quote for the repairs, he contacted the Corvette driver and he promptly paid the bill. John took this cell phone video of the Corvette after the wreck. That's quite the impact.
Such an insane impact.
Chris was at an air show in St. Joseph, Missouri when he got a notification on his phone that his Tesla's alarm was going off. He thought he knew why it was going off, but when he got back to his car and reviewed the footage, it was even better than he'd imagined.
Okay. Oh! Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Val was driving his Model S in bumper-to-bumper traffic
You already
in New York
know.
City when something crazy happened right behind him. Get ready, everybody. Here comes an SUV.
No,
No,
it's
that's
not.
the one. What are we looking for, Val? We should have seen that one coming. Hashtag Honda.
Never mind. Of course, a Honda bump. So never
Taylor was
mind.
driving his Model 3 to his in-laws' house in Burke, Virginia, when he witnessed the most American thing we've ever seen.
Most American
As he came around the
thing.
corner, he pulled up behind someone who had converted the bed of their pickup into a swimming pool.
Okay.
The acceleration of the truck doesn't seem to have been improved by this modification, but at least the person in the pool seemed to be having a good time.
The most American thing.
Just as Paul approached a red light in Spring Hill, Florida, a Camaro taking a left turn started accelerating very hard and drifting. Paul says the engine was super loud but really crisp. He also thinks it's too bad Teslacam doesn't record sound. Elon actually tweeted that Autopilot will be able to hear audio as soon as it's needed for full self-driving, so it can react to sirens from emergency vehicles and other noises.
Alright.
I wonder if Teslacam will be able to tap into those external microphones as well. We could literally put Michael Bay out of business.
Michael Bay.
John was driving his Model 3 when he approached an intersection where someone pulled a rather unusual stunt. At first, he thought the driver was going to make an illegal U-turn over the median, but then he turned back onto the road, barely missing the tree.
Okay.
Ian had parked his Model 3 in Raleigh, North Carolina, when someone pulled up next to it and was apparently happy to see a Tesla.
Bro.
Ali had parked his Model 3 outside a Walmart in Sacramento, California, when the cart demon struck once again. Cue up the dramatic music, please. Luckily, it was just a warning from the cart demon this time, as the cart ended up missing the Tesla by mere inches. Phew! Here's another video from Ali. This time, he saw a shooting star. He told us he didn't wish for a Cybertruck because he already has an order for one, but he did wish that more people would check their blind spots. Corey also witnessed a shooting star while traveling south of Seattle, Washington on Highway 5. Corey didn't want to wish for a Cybertruck either. Instead, he wished for a shout-out to his kids. It's not every day that we have a chance to grant a shooting star wish, so here's a big shout-out to Jamie, Lillian, and Emily.
Alright.
Jeff had autopilot engaged as he was driving back to Michigan from Kentucky. The area had been hit by a huge ice storm the day before, and the slushy highway was getting worse and worse.
No.
A Ford F-150, the old gas-powered kind, passed him, and he knew right away it was only a matter of time before it would lose control, especially since most F-150s are usually running summer tires. He disengaged autopilot and took over steering since traffic was slowing down ahead due to the deteriorating conditions. Sure enough, that's right when the F-150 lost control.
Oh, better not hit any.
Thankfully, the driver was able to safely stop in the median.
Okay.
This Model 3 owner had parked his car in Bakersfield, California. Something nearby triggered Sentry Mode, and the Tesla's front camera captured this guy hitting a car with his car.
Oh my god! Okay. I mean, he's okay.
Anwar was driving his Model X to work in Dubai. He was cruising at around 60 miles per hour when a motorcycle passed him.
Okay.
The biker hit a pothole, lost control, and fell over. He rolled into Anwar's lane, but he was luckily able to apply the brakes in time, barely avoiding him.
I hope he's okay.
Anwar stopped and called an ambulance. Surprisingly, it took around 15 to 20 minutes for the ambulance to arrive. Thankfully, he was conscious and didn't have any life-threatening injuries, although he wasn't wearing any protective gear other than a helmet.
At least he had a helmet on.
Tony was heading home in his Model 3 Performance late one night when he pulled up to a red light to make a left turn next to a newer generation Audi RS5. When they made the left turn together with matched speeds, Tony accelerated a little to signal the Audi driver that he was interested in a friendly race.
Oh.
Tony slowed down to let him catch up, and as the Audi came up beside him, he heard the driver honk 3 times. Recognizing this as a sign to race, he showed him what Teslas are capable of, and not just from a stop. As they pulled up to the next red light, the Audi driver expressed his surprise at how fast the Tesla was. At this point, Tony heard the Audi driver engage launch control.
Okay.
So he left him in the dust from the light as well, before giving the other driver a thumbs up as a thank you for the fun. That wasn't the only race we've got for you this week. In this next clip, we've got a Model 3 Performance racing against the new Model S Plaid.
Okay, let's see that.
This video's from Steven Thompson, who purchased the Plaid, and he's racing his boss, who drives the Model 3. We can see Steven in his Plaid and the camera labeled R. Let's just say he won't be in that frame for long.
Of course. It doesn't matter who wins, by the way. I like how it has 4 cameras. I like that.
Let's hope Steven got to keep his job after humiliating his boss. Randall was driving his Model X in City, Utah. He was waiting at the intersection behind a city police cruiser. When the light turned green, the officer began to drive through the intersection. But at that moment, a car in an opposing lane made a late left turn, cutting right in front of the officer. Police gonna police, and the lights went on. They say instant karma is served ice cold.
I was just gonna...
Dave was driving his brand new Model Y on US Route 19 in Clearwater, Florida. There was heavy traffic, and he noticed traffic was coming to a complete stop up ahead. Just as he slowed down to a stop himself, a BMW made a U-turn, crashing into the back of his Tesla. Dave watched as the BMW driver backed up a bit. He thought it was just so they could assess the damage, but then the BMW started to drive away.
Uh-oh, hit and run alert! Hit and run alert!
Attention, Dave opened his door and got out, but the other driver just kept on going. Jumping back into his Tesla, he tried to catch up with the BMW, but it sped off. He called the police as soon as he got home, but they told him they couldn't do anything or even take a report unless he drove back to the place of the accident. He told them he had video evidence, but apparently that didn't matter.
Wow.
So he filed an insurance claim. He has no idea how long it will take yet, but the insurance guy told him that since the Model Ys are so new, it's hard for him to find a qualified repair center nearby. We hope you get this whole mess sorted out soon, Dave. Ellen was driving her Model 3 back to DC after visiting her parents. That's when the driver of a car from the left lane appeared to want to turn, but missed the turn and drove onto the median instead.
You fucking moron!
Okay.
Sparks went flying everywhere. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Okay.
This submitter, who says he's a Wham Bam fan, was driving his Model 3 home one day after picking up Chinese takeout for his daughter's birthday. A white van with its turn signal on approached a stop sign, but instead of stopping before turning, it darted out in front of the Tesla. No time for the driver to react, the Tesla impacted the right rear tire of the van before coming to a stop. The van, however, flipped on its side and came to a stop facing the opposite direction. The driver shared the Teslacam video with the police at the scene. This photo shows the damage to the Tesla, along with the imprint of the van's tire on the bumper cover. The other driver was found to be at fault, but only had $10,000 in liability insurance coverage. The Tesla was declared a total loss by insurance after 6 weeks in a repair shop.
Damn.
Casey was driving to the beach and noticed a group of around 30 Tesla drivers meeting up to go for a scenic drive up the coast of Lake Michigan.
Around 30?
And they said, heck yeah. He made a lot of new Tesla friends, and as they drove through the small city, apparently rumors were flying that Elon Musk was in Muskegon that day. A city named after Musk just seems too good to be true. They took some group photos, and it looks like they had a blast. Casey adds that Tesla drivers really are some of the most fascinating folks out there. We couldn't agree more. See you all next Sunday.
Okay. It's terminado. El video es terminado. Well, that was insane. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah. Other than that, that's all to say. So, see you next time.